I kept hearing things like, because I've been going through a very interesting situation. I kept hearing things like, what they put Kinza through, that's why we hate white people. And I'm like, that's really not the takeaway. Like, don't use my name for that shit. Like, don't put my name in that, because that's not the takeaway. That's ignorant. That's dumb. I mean, come to DC and you'll see some real life black devils. And you don't even have to have your spiritual eye open to see that. Like, come to DC, like, you'll meet the most wicked black people imaginable in positions of power, who are more wicked than probably anybody that you met. So don't use my name for that. There are character defaults among people, be there black, white, Asian, pink, red, blue. There are people with significant character defaults. I mean, it's time to really put your thinking cap on, because I promise you, there's not going to be a grace, for intellectual laziness. Look at this as the grace period. Okay, there's going to be severe consequences rolling in very soon for intellectual laziness. And the Most High that created all of us gave us a mind to be able to think for ourselves. So the minute that you're, being intellectually lazy, which is what that is, which is what a racist is, they're intellectually lazy. They say, okay, I don't really want to get to know somebody and their character or who they really are. I just am going to make blanket statements about all women, all black people, all white people, because I'm lazy. I don't really want to get to know these people. It's just easier to just make blanket statements. Don't put that on me. Don't put that on me. Nobody did anything to me. Let's be very, 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 very clear. The Most High that I serve, there's nothing that happens under the sun without his will. So I don't let anybody take any responsibility for my hardship, for my finances, for anything of that nature. Nobody can do anything to me. So don't use, what they did to Kinza, that's why I hate white people. That's dumb. Please do not put my name in that bullshit. And number two, okay, fine. So you still want to say that. You still want to use that as an excuse for why you hate white people. Let's go with that. So, okay, so now you're filled with hate, right? Because you hate the hater, so now you're a hater too, right? That's why I hate white people. So now you're a hater too. And it's probably going to be even worse for you if you're wired to be a lover. If you're wired to have love inside, is the repercussions of you being a hater, it's going to be even more detrimental to you. But let's rock with that. Let's just say, okay, fine. You want to use that as an excuse for why you hate. What are you going to do next? Are you just going to have that feeling of rage as an emotion, a toxic emotion stored up inside of you? Or are you going to say, you know what? Because of this, because I hate white people, which I'm not telling you to do, but what is the action that you're going to take with that emotion? Are you going to say, well, I'm quitting my job from this oppressive white boss. I'm starting my own business. I'm going to use my emotions, right, my hatred, to not spend $1 in any establishment of theirs. I'm going to be a better father, and I am going to set up a college plan and a savings, a trust fund for my children, so they'll never be in economic deprivation. Like, what are you going to do with that hate? Well, okay, you hate now. You have a negative emotion of hatred. What are you going to do with it? You're just going to talk all day about how much you hate this and hate that and hate those people? I'm sorry, don't use me as an excuse. Because when shit hits the fan, and don't say I didn't warn you, when shit hits the fan, and now you're, basically enslavement in a jail cell or in a FEMA camp or something wild because of your intellectual laziness, you're going to be calling on God like, hey, where were you? And he's going to be like, I gave you a mind to be an independent thinker. You wanted to place your power in everybody else. Don't you understand it's divide and conquer? Don't you understand it's not a new strategy? of divide and conquer. It's nothing new. This is a strategy that's been used for eons, for centuries. They want you to hate. They want you to not trust. They want you to be divided. Makes it easier, especially if you're very powerful. The only thing that they can do is outthink you. And whose fault is that at the end? If they outthink you, whose fault is that? Is that their fault? You're going to get mad because they outthought you? Nah, don't put my name in that.